Hey there, guys and gals. Melodic Symphony here, and today we're playing some more Roommates. Now, it's been a little bit since I've actually played this game, probably about a week or so since I've actually got into it, so I may be a little rusty with the voices. So just give me a little break. Thank you. Oh, okay. I need this snap spell to recharge. I thought that actually meant my energy was like super low, sorry. I'll just take a quick nap, a quick 4-hour nap. There's not a lot this week. Now, I know this bed is just a cheap single, but after a long day, it feels fantastic. The last quarter has barely begun and I'm already feeling blown out. I even made it home before everyone else. I put my cell phone out to put it on the charger and I just noticed a text from Rakesh. Now, we haven't had a chance to hang out much in the last few days, and it may be nice to go out tonight, and heck, maybe I'll give him a call. I smile and call up the speed dial contact for Rakesh. And hopefully we can at least catch a bite to eat together. Oh, Anne, I'm glad you called. In my room you will find a screwdriver, a colored wheel, and 2 boxes of streamers. I need them immediately. Rakesh? I'll be there in 5 minutes. I knew I could count on you. And 5 minutes later, I show up in the park, trying to spot Rakesh. I finally spot him waving at me from over by a tree. I walk over, handing him the box with all the things he asked for. Oh, thank goodness. What are you up to, Rakesh? Well, primarily I wanted to see you. Rakesh scratches his head with a goofy grin. I reach over and give Rakesh a quick peck on the lips. Oh, sweetie, I missed you too. Though you could have just asked. Rakesh smiles and shrugs as he moves away from the tree over to where he's stashed his bike. See, there was a reason for my things. I smile as Rakesh begins comparing his streamers to the color wheel to the bike. I think I read that wrong. Nope. That was exactly right. So, what are you taking this quarter? Oh, a few painting classes, a life modeling class. I'm really feeling like the time with the models will be a big help to me. Oh, no medicine this quarter? Rakesh frowns and pauses in the middle of taping streamers to the bike, and before he can respond, I amend. Not that it's a bad thing, though if you're looking to draw anatomy, it might help somewhat. Just saying. Rakesh's frown disappears into a happy smile, and he keeps taping streamers to his bike. Yes, I decided to skip medicine this corner. I think the live models will be much more use than the dead ones. Well, I can't argue with that. Rakesh smiles and gets up to hug me. And with arms around each other, we walk down the path for a bit. Thank you for coming so quickly, Anne. I'm so happy that I can count on you. Well, of course, it was fun to hurry out on an important mission. And suddenly I remember Rakesh's bike isn't with us. Hey, what the hell happened to my bike? We should probably go now. Perhaps we can do something another night. This one's obvious. Rakesh smiles at me and we chuckle. That's an obvious choice. That may actually be it, because I don't think there's a lot these last few weeks. I'm not really sure what I want to do tonight. I should probably get some work done, but it's Saturday and I feel like taking a little time to myself. I respectfully request that you back off. With all due respect, please stay away from me. I turn for a moment, wondering if Rakesh is talking to me, but I don't think he is. He's got a notebook in one hand, and he's tapping it with a pen in the other. He seems to be considering what he wants to write down. He looks up from his notebook and catches me looking at him. Ah, Anne, welcome home. I must tell my parents how I feel, and if possible, without telling them how I feel. He looks at me as though I've got the answer hidden in my back pocket, and I'm not sure what to tell him. I sigh a little internally, but give Rakesh a smile. All right, let's hear what you got so far. What are you trying to tell them? Sorry. What are you trying to tell them? Are you finally ready to tell them you're not interested in becoming a doctor? Well, something like this, yes. I received a letter from them the other day stating that they are interested in coming out to see how this school is treating me. And I cannot let them come here. They would discover what I have been doing, so my letter must respectfully tell them there's no need. It's going to be tricky. Well, all right, so what have you gotten so far? Let me see. I have to translate a bit. Dearest father and mother, I am fine. You needn't check on me. Everything's great. I am learning everything about medicine. Please feel free to cram it and stay where you are. It doesn't really say that, does it? Well, I did say I was translating a bit. It's actually in English. They'll want to know what I'm learning. They'll want to know that I'm learning the language as well. Here, you can see. Well, I shake my head and take the letter anyways. It is in English, and Rakesh did paraphrase it pretty well, even if he was being a bit sarcastic. Wait, you're actually sending them a paper letter in this day and age? Oh, no. I'm planning on what to put in the emailed letter. Oh, well, I guess I'm not really sure how to advise them to move forward. Rakesh, you have to write this letter, right? I mean, I can't write it for you. I know. I'm not sure what direction to go in. Should I try telling them that we are all sick? Should I tell them that our place has rats? You could always go with the truth. And Rakesh just looks at me like I've grown a hole in my head. I sigh and consider what he should do. Well, sweetie, if I were you, I'd probably just tell them the truth. They don't need to come check on your medical knowledge because you've dropped from the medical path. It'll be painful, but it'll cut through the lies the fastest and you'll be able to move forward. And then you'll feel better without having that weighing you down. Rakesh frowns and rolls his eyes, as though he'd told me all the reasons why that wouldn't work. And if you're still nervous about it, you can always proceed it with bad news to help cushion the blow a bit. It really will help clear the air, Rakesh. And Rakesh just frowns, looking at me doubtfully, but shrugs. Stranger things have worked, I suppose. I'll see what I can put together. Let's do another, because that was super short. Well, as I sit in my room, wow, okay. As I sit in my room, I find myself staring at the ceiling. It's been a good year so far. I've had a lot of fun, gotten used to college life. I've even gotten together with Rakesh. But as I think about what I've done this year, I can't help but feel like I haven't really made a lot of progress on my greater goals. I mean, I came to college to get away from my surroundings, to get out of my comfort zone. I guess I've done that a bit. I feel like I've gotten more confident, but I still feel so shy. It kind of terrifies me, but I feel like I have to do something big. Really get something going. And maybe if I can feel like I've truly left my old life behind. Like I'm really ready to claim this new life I'm leading. I call up Carmen, and 20 minutes later, she's in my room as we just discuss what I can do. Oh, I've got you. You know what you need to do, Annabelle. You need to throw a party. What? No way. How could I throw a party? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Exactly. You're trying to cement the new you, right? The best way to do that, and really break out of your shell, is to throw a killer party. I think you're right. Well, of course I'm right. This is going to be so much fun. We'll have to find a space to hold it in and figure out who to invite. But we can't just have it here. And what, invite your housemates? That's not very far out of your comfort zone, Annabelle. Come on, think big with me. Okay, you're right. You're going to help me though, right? Of course, you don't have to do this alone. I'm here with you. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Thank you so much, Karkar. Oh, we're gonna need some entertainment too. One second. This one, because there's two possible things. Entertainment is the obvious one for... It's the obvious one for Max. The location, who would that be obvious for? Who would... That wouldn't be Rakesh, would it? After a brief look, this choice actually doesn't matter. None of these choices will matter in terms of the party. So that's good. And again, the other reason I'm looking for the walkthrough is I don't want to make a messed up pathway because of a choice that's not necessarily obvious. And of course, I can always go through and give like the bad endings. I think somebody told me I should go and do Anne and Sally and then Max and Dominic just to see what happens. And I'll admit I'm curious too, but at the same time it's like it's not going to be anything interesting, I think. But that aside, here we go. Well, I'm sure I can think of something fun to do for people. Well, not to put too fine of a point on it, Annabelle, but don't you know a rock star? Oh my god, yeah, that's a good idea. Of course it is. Think of some other stuff to do, though, okay? Well, definitely. Oh, Karkar, this is going to be so much fun. I know. Terrifying, but fun. Carmen and I hug as we squeal over our plans, and this really will be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what happens. I give a stretch after another long day of classes, and I'm looking at the stairs thinking how nice it's going to be back in my room. On my way up, I hear Sally and Isabella arguing, and I can't tell what it's about, but I can see Max standing in between them. I breathe a sigh of relief. Mom always warned me about bad boys. Once I'm back in my room, I put on some headphones and get back to my business. I really hope Rakesh and I don't have a fight like that. Wait a second. Sally isn't lesbian. Why would Isabella and Sally be fighting? Unless it's more like one of those things where it's like Isabella or Max and Sally and Max fight, or Isabella and Max or Sally and Max fighting, and like there's some sort of lover's triangle in all of this. I don't fucking know. It's hard to tell sometimes. It's still early in the quarter, and I'm not sure what to expect from Professor Merriweather. Still, it should at least be entertaining. All right. If you're in this class, you've probably got the basics down, which means it's time to start getting serious. Now, normally we do this sort of thing in the lab, but today is special for two reasons. Number one, some brain genius decided to mix glycerin with KMNO4 in our labs, meaning there's now an opportunity for an alternate environment learning. And secondly, the morgue is full and my contact's on the cheap. As soon as she says this, one of the professor's TAs walks into the room pushing a cart with a blanket over it, and a suspiciously body-shaped lump under the blanket. And this is a 103 class. I'm pretty sure we're not up to this stuff yet. As soon as I see the look of glee on the professor's face, though, I know we're gonna do this. All right. Better question. Who wants to make the first incision? Don't worry, he's dead. He complains very little. And around the room, everyone seems unsure what to do with this. A few hands tentatively go up. Come on, come on. You won't get a chance like this for another 2 or 3 years. Professor Merriweather? Are you sure this conforms to regulations? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was biology. Apparently it's intro to law. Well, as it turns out, I've probably got a degree in that too, so how about you shut up? As a matter of fact, it looks like someone just volunteered to take the first cut. And the professor stares at me as the entire rest of the class turns to look at me with a mixture of amusement and horror. I wait a few minutes to see if the professor is going to change her mind, but finally I stand up and walk down to the front of the class. Here you go, Captain Rules. How about you choose our lesson plan for today? Pick a spot, and we'll examine whatever you cut up. The professor hands me some plastic gloves, which I put on as she stands there staring at me. She then hands me a scalpel as I look over the body. Luckily, the TA left his face and lower half covered. I walk over to the corpse to try and figure out what I'm going to do. I think I always choose the chest. Do the belly. I think about what I'd rather study today as I move over the cadaver's belly. I make an incision just below where I think I should get access to the appendix. Oh, good question. So many people have appendicitis these days. I wonder if he even has one. Alright, let's take a look for that appendix, and if it's not there, I'm sure we'll find something fun. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the lack of blood. Well, that's because they drain these things, and because I'm not a complete idiot. The professor just looks at me standing there and makes a shooing motion. I slowly return to my seat as Professor Merriweather begins her lecture properly, and I can't believe she had me do that. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still a fascinating learning opportunity. I think there's one on Sunday. Oh, there's not. Okay. Well, that's it for today, at least. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye!